Let me know if no if no if testing. I'm at the backspace it. Hello, Jason. How are you? Let me acknowledge you.
Acknowledge me.
I am so sorry I got cut off. Um, that's the first. So we're going in a different direction now. That was crazy. How is your Sunday, Jason? Kristenberg, hello again. And I am really sorry. I guess that was a copyright. So I'm restarting. We're gonna go in a different direction, and we're just gonna do real or fake paranormal videos because I don't want no problems with YouTube. So, how are you guys doing? I'm waiting for a few more people to come in. I hope they do. And I also hope that you hit that like button. I really appreciate that too. But more importantly, I appreciate you for being here. I really do. So, I am sorry that that happened, but that was crazy. First time that's ever happened to me. It goes to show there's a first time for everything. How are you guys doing? And I'm hoping that everybody comes back. I hope you do. Give me a second here. Let me go. I do have a video already lined up. So, well, no, I'm gonna try this one and see what happens with that. And I think if I do a reaction on that video, particular video, what I'll do is I'll have to just record it and not do it live, you know, to protect myself. And in that way, I would know if what would happen. So let me get rid of this one. There. And then this one here. Let me do this. Oops. This. Okay. Let's go here. And then here, we're just gonna put okay. Okay, I think I am ready now. So, are you guys ready for this one? This is real or fake paranormal videos, and I want to get your reaction to these ones. And let me know what you think. I'm hoping that you're having a great Sunday. Are you having a great Sunday? So without further ado, let me get this ready. And let me share this. So let me go here and share sound. Got that. Okay. Are we ready? We're going to go ahead and get this one started. This is Fearsome Top 5.
Welcome to Fearsome Top 5. Today I've put together a list of ghost videos that are downright bone-chilling. Number 1. In the town of Bel Air, Ohio, stands a home locals whisper about as one of the most haunted places in the area. Known as the Ross House, it was built in 1895 when Bel Air was thriving as a steel and railroad town.
Ain't that a place we wanted to go to? Bel Air House? Next time we go to Ohio? That was that is that place.
Over the decades, it served multiple purposes. Once a private home, an antique store, and now a destination for paranormal investigators. Many believe the intense activity traces back to a former owner who allegedly held seances inside the home during the 1920s and 30s. Locals claim that after her death, whatever she may have contacted never truly left. A YouTuber named Natalie Hopkins set her sights on this house and ventured inside with a few friends. With cameras and paranormal equipment in hand, they were optimistic about the night. But when they bravely headed downstairs to the basement, things took a terrifying turn.
Could you give us a sign if anyone is here?
KJ Paranormal, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being here.
Maybe one of the balls, light them up. Could you give us a sign if anyone is here? Maybe one of the balls, light them up. Move them.
I felt like somebody touched my shirt, but I don't know.
Well, I kept feeling like a graze, like a...
While the group sat in the basement asking questions, Natalie was off to the left when something unsettling happened. The back of her shirt suddenly appeared to lift and pull backward, almost as if an invisible hand had gently grabbed hold of it. The fabric rose up and tugged back in a way that looked unmistakably intentional. Natalie
That's crazy. Did you see that?
felt it immediately and reached behind her, but there was no one there. Chillingly, this all happened just moments after someone in the group asked, "Could you give us a sign if anyone is here?" Natalie's not sure what to believe, but if you ask me, something definitely had a hold of her shirt. Number 2. According to TikTok user United Warhouse, a friend of his named Joe started hearing strange, unsettling noises coming.
That first one, you could see that her shirt was getting pulled on her back. If y'all wonder who I'm talking to, Jen is on the side of me right here. That was crazy. Can't deny
from
that
his
one.
basement. At first he brushed it off, assuming it was just a raccoon or some other small animal that had found its way inside. But when the sounds didn't stop, he decided to install a small camera downstairs to finally pinpoint the source. And one day the noises started again, and when he headed downstairs to grab the camera, something happened that made the hair on the back of his neck immediately stand on end.
You said you've had your shirt pulled by a spirit too, KJ? That's crazy for real.
I know there's a lot of people that don't believe in ghosts, and that includes me. All right, so this video was taken about 4 years ago, okay? And I'm not gonna say whose video this is, but trust me, this person is just like me. Like, we don't believe in. He kept hearing weird noises happening in the basement. And he didn't know why. Like, at first he thought it was like a raccoon in his basement making noises. Must have been stuck in there or something. So one day he decided to put the camera down there to see if he could see what's making the noise. So he ends up putting the camera downstairs, and this is what he catches. This video right here, this is bananas, and it is the most important evidence to poltergeist, I believe, in history when it comes to actual footage. Okay, box falls. Ain't nothing big. Ain't nothing serious. I don't know what's in that box, and I don't know what it's on, but it falls, okay? It ain't a big deal, right? Not a big deal, and I understand it's not. It looked like there's a little tension going on that box. Look at that. You see that? How it's tilting? It just snapped into place like that. Watch, it gets worse. That box is shaped like a diamond now. It's on the corner of the box, holding itself. You tell me how a box moves like that. It's impossible to make a box move like that. That's bananas. Let's run it back one more time and watch the stuff on the table now. Okay? Watch all this stuff on the table. How many items just moved at once? 1, 2, 3, like 4 items on the table moves at once. Do they all go in on itself? Bro, they all kind of went in on itself. They got like closer together. But the most important, which I'm mad because it cuts out at the last second. So this is what happens. My friend Joe hears this. He's hearing stuff happening downstairs, okay? So he's like, let me go downstairs and grab the camera so I can see what it is. And at this time, he's not thinking ghosts. He's thinking of a animal in his basement, probably running around trying to figure out a way to escape. See, here he comes. He's coming downstairs. He was telling me it was mad weird. Right when he got down like halfway down the stairs, he said like he felt something. He felt mad weird going downstairs. Like he was like, there's something wrong. So when he came downstairs to touch the camera, now what you guys want to do is look at the table again. Did you see that? Everything flew off the table. It happened so fast, but you can see it. You can see like this is obviously not there no more. It is not there no more. It flew off the table. And he said he heard it. He heard a big crash behind him and ran for his life back upstairs. Like, this is insane. Look, he's fucking off it. But all my life, all his life, we're like, you know, we were close our whole lives. We never expect there to be ghosts. We were kids trying to find ghosts at one time and never found ghosts. But like by the time we're in our 20s, bro, ghosts, like you're a loser if you think ghosts are real. And then this happens. Insane, but crazy work.
From boxes moving on their own to objects on a nearby table suddenly sliding together, it became clear that something in the basement was behind this activity. When the noise grew louder, Joe started down the stairs. But just before he reached the camera, every item on the table suddenly flew off at once. To this day, neither of them can explain what the camera captured. But one thing...
To me, I think on account that they did not believe and that this stuff may have been happening before, this spirit wanted them to know that they were there and that they weren't fake. So I have to say that this is real. Because he gains nothing from faking it. And he said himself, he doesn't believe. So this really happened. I think that's real.
For sure, it definitely was not a raccoon. Number 3. For near...
Carol, how are you doing? I'm hoping that your mom is doing better. I know your mom, Carol's mom, has pneumonia. So let's send some prayer emojis, and I pray, Carol, that your mom is doing better. I pray to God that he's wrapping his loving arms around her, and he's letting you know that she's going to be fine in his care, not the hospital's care, his care. And believe. And she's going to be fine. Believe that she's going to be fine. Thank you, Carol, so much for taking a little time out to be here. We love you.
Nearly a year, I've been closely following the disturbing experiences of a man named Kyle Anthony. What began as a few unexplained bumps and knocks coming from his attic have since escalated into something far more intense, leaving Kyle constantly on edge in his own home. Disembodied voices now
Yes,
echo through
his
the
care.
house, sending chills down his spine. He keeps his phone within reach at all times, ready to capture any strange activity. And lately, these eerie encounters seem to have moved to the crawl space under his house.
The fuck is that? I just saw something. I just saw something.
Little Patty, how are you doing?
Oh. Me. Okay. Oh.
As he peered into the crawlspace, a dark shadow at the end of the narrow path lunged toward him. In a split second, this menacing figure came into view, then ducked back behind the wall. And just moments after it appeared, a faint childlike voice was caught.
The fuck is that?
Catching something like this on camera made his stomach drop, as he now knew that someone or something was lurking beneath his home. And unfortunately for Kyle, this activity didn't stop there.
Gosh, dang it. I'm hearing that knocking sound again. There it is. Where is it coming from? Right there, right there. It's coming from this door. What the f? That's where it's been coming from. Somebody's knocking on that, or something is knocking on this freaking door. But there's nobody there, obviously. Well, at least I now know where it's coming from.
Many people in the comments were quick to point out that by opening the door, he may have unknowingly invited something dark into his home. But strangely, over the following weeks, the activity seemed to fade and the house felt eerily quiet. That is until he once again began hearing noises coming from his attic.
Listen to this and tell me if you hear a kid running around inside my attic. You hear that? Things have been quiet for like weeks now, and then all of a sudden it's just a ruckus in the attic, like constant.
Sounds like a cat.
Listen.
Be a feral cat.
You think it's a cat?
Feral cats can get into your attic very easily. Like, that sounds like a cat.
Isn't that wild? It sounds like a kid is running around up there. And I promise I do not have a child in my attic. It's just crazy.
That sounds like
Yeah, things have been really quiet lately. I thought maybe it had all stopped. That's why I haven't been posting. But I guess we're back with a vengeance in 2026.
The unmistakably clear sound of a child's voice echoed down from the attic. But as far as Kyle knows, he doesn't have any kids. And there definitely should not be any random children hanging out up there. In the days that followed, this voice didn't fade away. Instead, it lingered, growing more and more vocal over time.
Kid. Mm-hmm.
At this point, there's no denying it. What he's been hearing is clearly a child's voice, or possibly
I
something
agree. That is
pretending to be a
not good.
child. But the question is, where the hell is it coming from? Interestingly, commenters pointed out that his cat doesn't seem bothered at all. So, if nothing else, maybe whatever this presence is, it doesn't appear to be malevolent.
I was gonna say that it's not malevolent, but it's a kid's voice.
But it's weird that the animals don't.
Right. The animals though are not reacting to it. So
Because that would freak out most cats. Because cats are very sensitive.
right, to sound. Especially when it's a kid's voice that sounds like a cat. Like little Patty just said, a cat. I'm thinking, and this is just my own opinion, that maybe it's recorded
Right? And keep
and
reviews.
right for views. I mean, that's just my opinion. Because, and I think the reason why I think this though, mainly because the cats are not reacting. Because our cats, when there's something spooky going on here, our cats react. Um,
Louder.
like when the kids are loud, right? Like Jen said, even when the boys are loud and annoying, the cats react. When I have spirit box sessions here, sometimes the cats react. You know, if there's a spirit close by, they will react. So I don't know. On this one, I just have to call it, for clicks for views. I don't know. Um, KJ said, no, it's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. But I don't know about this one. I don't know. You tell me what you think. You know, um, yeah.
Number 4. Over on a TikTok account called Jensen's Journey, a mother named Kelsey shares updates on her son's hockey and medical journey. But according to Kelsey, for the past few years, she's also been dealing with unsettling activity inside her home. Things that have only intensified since Jensen was born. From gates slamming shut and doors locking on their own to
Right, KJ. Paranormal said animals are sensitive to unusual noises. My cat does. Yeah, see, so, you know, take it for what it's worth.
These two, they freak out.
Right, right. So yeah.
objects mysteriously move.
Carol said earlier she misses the spooky videos. I miss your spooky videos. As a matter of fact, though, you guys, if you love the old time radio, go by check out Carol's channel. Carol, put your link in so people can come by check out your screaming memes.
These occurrences have become impossible to ignore. And one day, as Kelsey and her oldest son Tucker were about to leave the house, her security camera captured something she still can't explain.
Wow. That's crazy. Now, the thing is, I'm thinking that that kid's seen it move that second time. And he just turned around and walked out the house. Did he say something to his mom? That would be a good question. I don't know. Michelle, how are you doing? That was crazy by itself.
As Tucker walked past, he suddenly stopped as if something had caught his attention. Moments later, the toy duck on the floor began to move on its own. The unexpected movement clearly startled him and he quickly walked away. He soon returned with his mom, and just as they were about to step out the door, it happened again. Only this time, the toy moved even farther, as if something was actively pushing it. Neither of them were close enough to cause it, and to this day, Kelsey is...
Did you notice that orb that's right there by it too? Right here is an orb. And I noticed it when it came down on the first one. So I'm gonna back this up a little bit and watch the orb.
still can't explain.
Now watch the orb also that comes in the frame. Look at this. Yeah, that could be a spider web right there. Not a Jen called it. Yeah, that's a
As
spider
Tucker
web.
walked past, he suddenly stopped as if something had caught his attention. Moments later, the toy duck on the floor began to move on its own. The unexpected movement clearly startled him and he quickly walked away. He soon returned with his mom, and just as they were about to step out the door, it happened again.
Blessings
Only
to
this
you,
time, the toy
Michelle.
moved even farther, as if something was actively pushing it. Neither of them were close enough to cause it, and to this day, Kelsey is still searching for an explanation. Number 5. A woman who goes by Wanderlust Cass online typically shares small glimpses of her everyday life. None of her videos ever had anything to do with the paranormal, until one night when her home security camera captured something deeply unsettling moving in her backyard. After the sun went down, her camera recorded a terrifying sight. Someone or something moving through her backyard. A dark, shadowy figure slipped past her shed, but there was something unsettling about it. This figure didn't appear solid, almost as if it was nothing more than a shadow gliding along the side of the shed. Whether it was something paranormal or an actual person, the thought of someone being in your yard in the dead of night is undeniably creepy.
I think that right there is camera matrixing. So that I think that's a person, and the camera is matrixing.
Bouncing its own shadow off the building when it runs past it.
Right. So I don't know about that one.
Son?
Number 6. Back in 2020, a woman named Sylvia decided to experiment with a Ouija board. She set it up on her kitchen table, turned off the lights, and lit a few candles, never expecting what would follow. In the days that came after, unsettling activity began to happen around her home. The kitchen sink would turn on by itself, objects would slide across the counters, and at times, things were violently thrown across the room. Whatever Sylvia had invited in didn't seem to want to leave. Eventually, this haunting activity became so intense that she created a YouTube channel to document everything she was experiencing.
No, you're moving.
Oh.
The knives began to rock back and forth as the cabinet slowly opened on its own, followed by pots eerily falling off the stove. And this was only the beginning. From that point on, anytime Sylvia heard movement coming from the kitchen, she knew she had to start recording immediately.
Put the camera on, guys, because
Yeah, KJ said I didn't know cameras did that. Yeah, because there's times that because we have surveillance cameras around our house. And there's times when you'll see somebody walking down the street and then all of a sudden they disappear. And so it's this camera matrixing. It glitches every now and then. And I think that's what happened with that last one. It just glitched. But this right here, though, I don't know. What, do you think this is fake?
No, it's not fake. Editing fake.
Well, let's continue on then.
that plate's moving. That plate.
Oh, editing fake.
I'm scared to go in the kitchen in case it comes out. It's me. Can you see that? That plate is moving. Oh my god.
I'm not too sure that's fake.
Just broke that plate.
It threw the plate and broke it.
Oh my god, guys.
Sylvia hoped that the unsettling activity would fade over time, but instead, it only grew more dangerous.
Knife was moving like a minute, and that knife's moving. Oh,
Ooh.
oh guys.
She stood frozen as the block of knives began to shift on its own. Then, without warning, one of the knives suddenly launched towards her. In that moment, the activity took a terrifying turn, because whatever was causing it could now seriously hurt her. Fast forward to 2025, 5 years after the haunting first began, and Sylvia is still living with the same dark presence inside her home.
Guys.
Now, this is what I don't understand. If you living in a house like this and it's doing this to you, why would you stay there? Why? We could be looking at a house, looking around and say, "Ooh, look, baby, look at that. It's got a day bed right there. Ooh, nice. Look at the chandelier hanging right there. Get out. Too bad we can't stay, baby." That's me. No. But sometimes I know it's probably already there, certain instances, but this just ain't one of them. Her reaction, she seems very scared. Yeah, and I do. I think this is real, but my problem is, why is she there? If
Why does she get help?
why didn't she get help? The goth, hey, the gothic demoness. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Um, that's the only thing I don't understand. Why are you still there? 5 years later. 5 years later, you should be in a new crib. Just saying.
I heard the kettle going. Guys, I've just heard the kettle going on itself. I didn't put it on. Let's put it in the kitchen. Put the kettle on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Let's put it in the kitchen. What are you trying to tell me? Why did you do that? Why did you put the kettle on? Why did you put the kettle on? Oh my god.
That's real.
Oh.
That's real.
Get out of my kitchen. Get out of my house. Let's put it in the kitchen. I'm fed up with this now.
She's clearly fed up with the non-stop poltergeist activity in her.
If you're ever in a situation like this, you got to understand, though, a lot of these spirits will not leave you because they thrive off of your fear, because you're feeding them. So just keep that in mind. You're feeding that into them. The Gothic said it might be connected to her or her family. So if they move, it does. Right. It could move. And I agree. If it moves, then that way you know. But I think this is real because the
Cleansing.
yeah, it needs cleansing big time. And she should have been doing that a long time ago. But whenever they do something like this and they throwing things at you, first,
Irritates me that everybody thinks, oh, it's demonic and it's a demon. Not nothing.
it's not necessarily
What they call it, mischief ghost.
right, right. And he's trying to tell you something, and sometimes we just don't get the message.
Very violent
You
and
know,
angry spirits.
well, yeah, because those are called poltergeists. Yeah, poltergeist mainly means noisy ghost. You know, they open cabinets and doors and knock stuff around and move stuff. That's your poltergeist. You know, um,
It's probably a
but
spirit that didn't want her there.
right, and but she won't know until she get the right help to figure out what that spirit is. And if anything, you don't want to feed that spirit fear. Do not feed it fear because the more fear you feed it, the more it's going to keep coming at you. And it's sometimes worse. Like KJ said, get your home blessed. Yes, get your home blessed. Um, get some sage and not just somebody named Sage.
Great,
But
but sometimes it's not always great to do it yourself.
right, and that's when you call a priest.
Yeah.
You call it
someone
right.
that's got
Call a priest, someone that studied demonology.
Because
You know, um, right. You call somebody that's what I said before. Call somebody to help you find out the history of the house. You know, who passed away there before, or maybe it happened outside the house. But get as much information as you can about your home, you know, and then you take the other steps. You know, the Gothic said, "I get that she is scared, but if she had said it with some gusto." It might have reacted. And yes, I agree with that too. You know, so sometimes you got to stick your chest out. I mean, not saying that women's chests are already stuck out, but stick your chest out even more, you know, and let them know. Put your foot down, say, this is my house. And don't just demand the house when you're drunk. Right. Don't just demand the house when you're drunk and say, it's my house. And if you don't like it, you get the frick out. No, demand that house every day. Uh, I did call Krista and Brandy. Yeah, call Krista and Brandy. Yes, blondes and boobs, call them. They got your back. You know,
Home. And even after all this time, she's still just as scared as she was on day one. It's safe to say that if I had an uninvited guest hanging around my house for years, I'd be losing my mind and absolutely charging it rent.
that's something I say all the time. If you've been following us and watch our videos, after we do a spirit box session, I always say, you cannot follow us home or you'll have to pay rent. That's something I always say.
Number 7. Now this next video doesn't exactly involve ghosts, but it may show something just as unsettling. Late one night, a man named Cody was out on a farm in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by total darkness and lit only by his phone. That's when he looked up and caught a glimpse of something truly bizarre.
Come again. Do it again. Oh my God, what was it?
He stared up at the clouds, hoping to catch another glimpse of what he saw. Then suddenly, 2 balls of light streaked across the sky. These glowing orbs appeared to be above the clouds as they zoomed past. And it all happened so quickly that if you blinked, you would have missed it. Seeing this left Cody speechless, as he had no idea what he just witnessed. His first thought was aliens, and to be honest, he might be right. Make sure to follow me on Instagram to hear more from your boy. As always, if you enjoy these creepy videos, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos like this.
Wow. What do y'all think about that? That was crazy. Um, and not only that, but that one chick, yeah, I think that stuff was real. No doubt about it. Um, that was as real as it gets. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, on any of these. Yvonne, how are you doing? So glad that you are here. Um, just curious though, what do y'all think? Because if your home is real, is in that, where you got something paranormal going on, um, you might want to just go figure out what it is. And not just basically figure out what it is, but if you're not a paranormal investigator or anything like that, call one and see if maybe somebody can get you some help. Another thing that could also help you though is if you get the history of your house, find out how long it's been there, all that good stuff. You know, get all the information you can first. We're gonna do another set. Y'all ready for another set of these real or fake? Got one more for you. Yeah, Patty said, Bigfoot going home. That last one was interesting, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say that could have been two UFOs that went past, but what do y'all think? So I'm gonna share some more with y'all. Would y'all like some more? I will share some more with you. Let me set this up first, real quick. Some more for you.
Call the priest. On February the 12th of 2026, one night Freya is home alone with her family when a priest is called in to bless the house immediately. Something terrifying happened in Freya's house that scared her and her children so much that they couldn't ignore it and had to call in a priest to bless their house. One of the main focuses of the blessing is their bedroom, where a lot of the creepy unexplainable things occur. So the priest blesses the whole house and they say a prayer to drive off any negative energy that might be lingering.
Mamatay. Sumainyo ang Panginoon. Palaging mapangyarihan Diyos, Ama, Anak, Espiritu Santo. So, kagabi lang nangyari yan? Isang araw ko, madaling araw. May CCTV.
The priest asks if it was last night, and she explains it was while they were sleeping just before the sun rises, and they called him straight afterwards. Now, the night before the priest arrived, it was around 4:30 a.m. and everyone was asleep except for Freya and her eldest son, when all of a sudden, the boy is terrified. Take a look. As Freya is on her phone, her son is adjusting the blankets when suddenly something forcefully pulls on it away from him. The boy, seeing it happen and feeling it, instantly gets terrified and turns to his mum. Also, while he's adjusting the blankets, you can see both of his legs are actually bent and tucked in towards him. And Freya's is completely facing the other way with her back turned, so her leg wouldn't bend out like that with her foot facing the opposite direction. And it also appears as if the blanket rises up away from him from the inside, as if something was in there with him. An orb also flies by right as he screams and turns to his mum. After they reviewed this CCTV footage, the mother was horrified and deeply concerned for her son's safety, so she wasted no time calling the priest to come over and bless their house. Since then, Freya has yet to confirm if the activity has stopped or if there is more to come, but let me know what you think.
Looking at her face, you could tell she looks like she had hardly any sleep at all. Christina, son, how are you doing? Hey, don't be sorry. Be yourself. You are fine. You are fine. She uh she had bags under her eyes, so that has to be real what's going on with them. So God bless them, and I hope that they get the help that they need.
Intruder. In the following video, two sisters are home on their own in their bedroom when all of a sudden their house alarm goes off.
I'm recording. Wait. Do you hear that?
It appears someone has broken into their home somehow. The security camera shows the front door wide open, but when they replay the footage to see who comes in when the door opens, nobody is there. However, at this point in time, they haven't rewatched the footage, so they only see the door is open, and at the same time, they heard a police car outside, so they assume the worst, when something even more unsettling happens. Watch closely.
I'm recording. Wait. Do you hear that? Can you check the security footage? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is it?
They jumped out the window. That's crazy. Oh. That's nuts. What this camera is doing is following the energy. Yes, it is Gothic. It's playing with the camera.
As you can see, something is indeed present inside their home, but not someone who broke in as they initially thought. After watching the security footage, they saw this dark shadow figure zooming across the room on the reflection of the toaster. The figure has no features and moves too fast to be a normal person, even causing the motion detection camera to start panning erratically, trying to keep up with the movement it's detecting.
Front door opening on its own. We closed that door.
And I mean, this house is like brand new. Like, it's not old or like anything.
Yeah, it's not like the latches are like faulty or something.
Everything works.
The fact that it just moved so quickly.
Yeah.
But then like the motion capture camera didn't see that shape. And like when it was
how
tracking
could it have
the
even
movement.
known that it was movement?
Like, why is it that you see it one time and then in the rest of the footage there's like no, it's picking up on something, but there's nothing there. So why is it that we only see it like one time?
So just what broke into their house, and how did this intruder get in on its own while evading the motion detection? Let me know your thoughts on this one.
That's crazy. That's real. That is real. I'm reading some of the chat here. The Gothic said that spirit is playing with the camera. Yeah, it was playing with the camera because that it's a motion camera, so it feels off the energy, and so it was detecting its energy. R&D is me. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Hazel, thank you so much for being here. Christina said it's motion detected and it could see what's going on, but the human eye, we can't. That's right, because the human eye can't see it. That's a little kid playing with that for sure. Yeah, that's a kid. I agree. That is a kid. Spirit Stalker said that one shadow running by looked real. Yeah, that's why. That's what made me say that that's real, because that was banking off of the toaster, and it was trying to keep up with it. That's just crazy. So, but let me know what you guys think. I think that was as real as it gets.
Not alone. The next video was taken in 2016 when a father received a notification that his son was out of bed facing the camera. However, when he goes to check, he realizes his son is fast asleep and he sees something else. Watch closely.
Hi guys, I don't believe in ghosts at all. I think it's absolute rubbish and all these orbs and energies and all that crap. But I was filming on the dome camera a couple of days ago.
I was reading what Gothic said. At first, she thought it was a child because of the height, but also could be the unspeakable spirit. I don't want to entice it, which I agree with you. So yeah, it could be. That's one of the reasons why I said that that video right there, that's real. So there's no faking that one.
And I noticed something at the bottom of my son's bed, which I'll also include a little screenshot of it if I can, with a picture, but you can just see it just there, under there, like that. Now, I thought when I got the notification that my son had got out of bed and he was facing the camera at the bottom of the bed, I thought that was his little face. But then when you press play on the video, it flies off. See that? Let's go back. Play it again. Flies off. Keep dragging it back. You can just see it. So I've no idea what that is. There's no wind in there or anything like that. No breeze. It's the windows are all shut. It looks a bit freaky, doesn't it? Let's look at it. I just thought I'd show you that, guys. See if there's any people out there who actually believes in ghosts or orbs or any sort of type of energy, what you think it might be or might have been.
You can see what looks like the boy is sleeping here in his bed. Yet somehow the camera detected a face looking towards it. Through a gap in the front of the bed, what looks like a creepy face can be seen staring right at the camera, before turning into an orb and flying away. The father says he doesn't believe in ghosts, but isn't quite sure what to make of this. So I'll let you be the judge.
What do y'all think that was? Ew, I got clown vibes from that show. Clown vibes. Yeah, I think it's pareidoia. Because it's an orb that was just when he snapped the picture, it's it matrixed. And when he pushed play, it just flew off. So it's pareidoia to me. Christina said, a little baby spirit, and then it flies away. That is the cutest damn thing I ever seen. I mean, it could be. It could be. It might not be matrixing. Maybe it is a baby spirit. I'm late, but I made it. Looks like we made it. No, I'm here all week. Fancy, we love you. Thank you so much for being here. You're not late. You are not late. You're fine. Now, earlier, I started a whole different video. If you guys weren't here, I started a whole different video and my stream got suspended. So I had to rechange that video and we're watching something totally different. So everything should be good. Spirit Stalker said, I was eating my pastry and spilled my coffee, so I missed it. You didn't burn yourself and you wasted a good pastry? Come on now. It's sip, eat. Sip. Eat, sip. Just like a joint. Puff, give. See, you messing up the rotation, Yvonne. You messed it all up. You messed it up. You did the opposite. You sipped and you eat? Or did you eat and then sip? Gothic said, but yeah, it had clown face mask. I'm terrified of clown. Pastry's still good. Yes, I am. Thank you and hello. No, you are fine. Fancy, you are fine. KJ said, me too. Y'all afraid of clowns. Where are the clowns? There ought to be clowns. I better not even sing about no clowns. You'll hate the song too.
Tormented family. A man named Johnny has been experiencing paranormal activity inside his house for a long time now, with no idea as to what is the cause. Late one night he hears aggressive banging around the house, so he goes to check it out.
Johnny, Johnny, ábreme, papi.
¿Qué quieres?
Johnny, por favor, ábreme.
Oye, ¿escuchas?
Ábreme ya. Apúrate, ándale.
¿Qué quieres?
Johnny. Johnny, ábreme.
No te voy a abrir. No te voy a abrir.
Ábreme ya.
Calma la niña. Tranquila, mami.
Ándale.
No te voy a abrir. Vete.
Johnny,
Oye, no manches, ¿viste?
ábreme. Ábreme.
Vete. Esto es impresionante. Lárgate, lárgate de aquí. No te voy a abrir, lárgate. Lárgate. Tú no perteneces aquí. Vete.
When he gets
See, that's one of the reasons why I don't want to go visit places like Mexico or any place like that and do, spirit box sessions or anything because crazy stuff like that. I don't know if it's real or fake. Either way, it's always places like this or third world countries that has crazy stuff like that. Um, right, and we can get them in our own backyard. Christine said, "Clowns don't bother me unless they try to attack me. Then it's like anything else. There's good and there's bad ones. I only want to talk to the good ones." Gotha said, "It's just the heavy makeup and artificial happiness worn as a suit, and anything can be said, or anything can be and has been in those suits, etc." How do you feel about the group Kiss? Um, Spirit Stalker said, "Sounds like an unbalanced washer." Yeah, sounds like our unbalanced washer. Uh,
Strange cow. Sounds like a cat about to flip.
Looks real to me. Yeah, I mean, I'm quite sure this is, but this is why I don't want to go places like that and visit nothing like this. No. And I speak very little Spanish. So whatever they say, I have to get my phone to have it translated. Christina said the reason why they have that is because they believed in it so much. I kind of feel like they almost manifested with their energy. They believe it so much, if that makes sense. Yeah, yeah, it does. It does make sense. KJ said, I actually love Kiss, but would you consider them a clown? No, I wouldn't consider. I love Kiss too. My favorite song by Kiss is Beth, but I wouldn't consider him a clown. I just like Kiss.
there, he hears a creepy voice trying to get in, but when he looks, there is nobody there. Afterwards, he sets up a security camera inside his house, focused.
What other groups wear makeup? Slipknot is another one that wears makeup. What other groups? I'm quite sure I'm missing a couple groups that wears makeup, like clowns. The only two I can really think of right now is Kiss and Slipknot. Katie said, no, they aren't clowns. I know they're not clowns. Oh, Insane Clown Posse. That's another one. I like Insane Clown Posse. Hey, Parliament, yeah, yeah, they did. And I have to agree with you. Parliament Funkadelic, yes, Fancy, they did wear makeup back in the day. Especially Sir Nose devoid of funk. So yeah, I forgot about them. So yeah, we got black clowns too. Marilyn Manson, yeah, that's another one.
I think a lot of them like that
Yeah, back in the day, yeah. I- yeah, some of them did used to dress like women. That was that group Dead or Alive. Um, they actually had a song that I like though. Round and Round was the name of that song by Dead or Alive. Uh, Christina's son said, yeah, when they worship something so much, they almost make it happen. And I think also spirits that are not so nice play off of that and take the role of what they believe. Yes, I agree. I agree. Marilyn Hanson is a clown. I mean Hanson. Yeah. Yeah, Marilyn. Actually, you know what? I grew up not too far from Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson grew up in Canton, Ohio, and I grew up 15 miles away in Akron. Bigfoot, Michigan. Rob is in the house. How are you doing, sir? Yes, the Juggalos. Yes. If you ever go to a Juggalo wrestling watch Juggalo wrestling or go to a Juggalo festival, you'll see a lot of them dressed as clowns. Yes. So yeah, in the rodeo they got rodeo clowns. You know, so yeah, I'm not afraid of clowns. Um, I'm not really afraid of much. I'm more afraid though of the living than I am the dead. So yeah, Alice Cooper, yeah, but he only wore it on the eyes. By the way, Alice Cooper though is a great golfer. If you didn't know, he could play some golf. But yeah, I almost forgot about the Juggalos. Thank you, Bigfoot, Michigan, Rob. Um, yeah, a bunch of wrestlers. Doink the Clown, huh?
He's got the podcast.
Oh, yeah, that was Insane Clown Posse because they have a podcast now, and I'm always watching his podcast. He's funny as heck though. He really is. He's funny as heck. Everybody, if you haven't, go by check out my boy Bigfoot Michigan Rob. Check him out, like and subscribe. Tell him that Eddie and Jen sent you. You don't even have to tell him that. Just go by, show him some love. I've learned a lot off of Bigfoot Michigan Rob from watching him and watching his guests that he has on. And I've learned so much, which is one of the reasons why I'm so inquisitive on Bigfoot and all these cryptids. It's because of him and Tex, and so I'm always, you know, inquisitive and I'm always asking questions. Jason said, I'm a big fan of ACP Insane Clown Posse. I am too. I love Insane Clown Posse. Um, Oh, you are more than welcome, Rob. More than welcome. You, anything. If there's anything I could ever do for you, please let us know. If you would ever like to come up here the next time I have a panel, you are more than welcome. Uh, Little Patty said the Stalker wore makeup. Sting, the wrestler, yeah, another one that wore makeup. The Ultimate Warrior. But are they clowns? A Gold Dust? He's a different kind of clown, though. But we'll go back to this. I don't come way off course. I love Tex. He's a dear friend of mine. We love Tex too. We love Tex. We love Bigfoot Michigan Rob, Blondes and Booze, Monica, um, Donnie Choi says stuff. Go by, check all of them out because I love all those guys.
In the direction where a lot of the banging sounds come from late at night. And on one night around 3 a.m. the camera captures something downright chilling.
I do, Rob. I really do. Gold Dust was a clown.
A pale grey face with long dark hair is seen peering out from behind the corner before disappearing behind it. Then the rocking chair starts rocking all on its own. A few weeks later, Johnny quickly gathers his family together in his bedroom and locks the door after hearing something terrifying.
Bigfoot Michigan Rob said, I met Alice Cooper. He is a cool dude. I was in Detroit about 10 years ago. You know what? I met him too. I met Alice Cooper twice. I met him once in 87, 88. I met him in 88 and I met him again, and I want to say 94, 95, somewhere around there. As a matter of fact, he was in 94. I met him. They were doing a benefit golf tournament at Firestone Country Club, and I went to the country club for that benefit because my band I was playing with at the time, we played there. I had a group, we were called Flirt, and he had just so happened to have been there. Megan, how are you doing? So glad to see you. Oh, we love you, Megan. That is one of our longtime friends there. We haven't seen her in forever. Thank you, Megan, so much for being here. She's another one that lives across the world here. You're in China, right, Megan? Um, we love her. We've known her. It's been what, 8 years? Oh my God. And this is the first time this is actually the second time now since you was on Cab 7 just a week ago. And that was the first time we've seen you in about 3 or 4 years. So it's like, oh my God. I am so glad you came in. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, he is a great golfer. Yes, he is. I had got my picture taken with him, and we talked on the golf course. We talked for like an hour and a half. And nicest man I ever met in my life, Alice Cooper.
South Africa.
South Africa, that's where you are. Wow. Thank you so much for being here. I know it's late there. I am so glad you are here, Megan. We love you. We love you. If you guys ever want to check out Megan, Megan, do you still do D Live? Because I know she does. She was doing D Live. Go by, check her out, show her some love. Um, Man, I am so glad you came in. Haven't seen Megan in years. I know, KJ. Oh, it's a pleasure for you just being here.
Manches, Johnny. Otra vez eso, papi.
Sí.
Tranquila, mami, tranquila, tranquila, no pasa nada.
Pero es que es mi voz.
Tranquila, tranquila, no es nada. No tengan miedo porque si no eso se alimenta de nosotros, ¿eh? No tengan miedo.
Papá, ¿pero quién es?
Tranquilos. Tranquila, mami, tranquila, ven. No pasa
Nancy, I never knew you had a D
Sí,
Live.
tranquilos, tranquilos, sí.
Escucha, o sea.
Oh, you don't stream
No,
anymore,
está muy
Megan.
cañón, Cecilia.
Sí, es que ya cada vez está más fuerte esto. ¿Eh?
I agree with you on that. I do too. I work a lot.
A su máquina,
Tranquila,
no
mami,
más.
tranquila, tranquila, mi amor. Ya, ¿qué hacemos?
A su máquina, no manches.
Don't you miss those days?
Te da miedo, te da miedo. Sí, mi vida, te da miedito.
Tranquilos, no tengan miedo. No manches, tranquilos, 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 tranquilos.
No, mami, no pasa nada, tranquila.
No manches, güey.
Espérense aquí, tranquilos.
No mames, güey. Sí,
Oh my goodness. First of all, if I was in that situation, me and that spirit, we're gonna have at it. Because you making all that doggone noise, scaring my kids. I'm like, look, you know what? Show yourself so I can kick your ass. I mean, I'm just saying, all that noise. You better hope I'm not a spirit. Because if I was a spirit, I'd be on you like flies on rice.
Have a good night, Hazel.
Hazel, you have a great day. Thank you so much for coming in your We Watch. Thank you so much for being here.
His daughter, child, and wife are all in the room with him, yet the daughter's voice is heard outside the door, begging him to let her in. while banging on the door aggressively. On another night it happens again, but this time he opens the door and searches the whole house, but finds no sign of anyone there. Night shift. A man living in Indonesia posts solely about traveling around in his camper van. However, his friend works security and does the night shift at an old warehouse that is currently undergoing some renovations.
See, this is what I mean about third world countries again. Now, this was in Indonesia.
Just to make sure nobody breaks in, a security guard is stationed there. The building is supposed to be empty and sealed off from entering, with CCTV footage inside the place to monitor it. Late one night,
Diggs, how are you doing?
Something so chilling.
Diggs in New Zealand. So glad you are here.
Ini maksudnya golongan di situ apa ya? Kenapa harus ada golongan apa benang apa ini namanya?
Oh,
benang layangan.
Kita puterin. Nah, di sini juga pernah nengok. Nih. Nah, ini tuh Mang Bay.
Tuh. Anjing. Tuh.
Mang Bay. Ih, gerak Mang Bay. Anjing. Guys, lihat. Cek
sekarang.
Mau cek sekarang? Cek. Oke, kita cek.
A face with glowing eyes can be seen peeking out from behind the door. The security guard explains that there are no other employees in the building and it was locked to the outside. On another night, he's on a shift with another colleague this time when they see it again.
Now, see, on videos like that, I kind of have a problem with, because if you see that there's something there, I mean, maybe it's just me, but if you see that there's something there, if you're trying to be an investigator, wouldn't you go see what that was?
It could be a homeless.
Right, because it could be a homeless person. I mean, I'm just saying.
Nggak ada ya, aman ya. Di sini aman, oke? Kita coba lihat ke atas sebelum atas sebelah sananya. Atas mana? Atas tengah ini.
Bebas. Terserah kalian guys, mau pilih
yang mana? Tuh, kan nggak ada.
Itu bro, stiker ya.
Ntar kita zoom.
Stiker itu.
Ini stiker atau apa sih? Ini mah manusia.
Stiker matamu.
Manusia jurik. Susulin jangan. Gerak goblok.
Up in the attic floor, the camera captures the same.
They sound like a couple schoolgirls. I'm just saying.
Face watching it before it quickly hides behind the corner after noticing it's being watched. But when they searched the area, they found no signs of anybody there.
What do y'all think on that one? I mean, Christine said Indonesia and the Philippines, they have a lot, and it's because they worship them. They give spirits a lot of power. They have festivals for them and everything. Actually, I think we do too here in San Antonio. I have festivals for spirits. Cinco de Mayo.
Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead. There's Bigfoot Michigan Rob's link right there. If you do not have Bigfoot Michigan Rob, go by, check him out. I'm going to pin this on there so that way, go by, check out Rob, show Rob some love, because we always give back. This man's give to us, we give back to him.
The playground. A man named Moses had a strange encounter at a park that left him shaken up. So a few days later, he returns with his wife, just to watch the playground from a distance. As he records the area, he captures something strange.
Chequen nomás, estamos solos, no hay nadie aquí en la presa. Aquí vinimos de nuevo para checar otra vez lo del mentado árbol que habíamos de susodicho árbol, no, pero pues la neta, esta vez no, esta vez la verdad no quisimos, no quisimos bajar, ni quisimos, mira, aquí estamos yo y mi esposa, y pues la neta esta vez no quisimos bajar, por precaución, porque no sabemos qué es lo que puede haber ahí, entonces mejor nos quedamos aquí, pero ahí se mira donde está, solo, mira, ahí están los juegos, donde está nada prácticamente. Ay, no mames. Mira. No me jodas. Ay, nomás chequen ustedes, miren. No, vámonos mejor. Vámonos. No, no. No, esto no está bien. Vámonos. Aquí definitivamente sí hay algo. Ay, nomás chequen, juzguen ustedes. Y mira, y nomás ese aparato ese que está. Nomás ese aparato ese que se está moviendo. No, no, sí está cañón. Vámonos mejor. No, vámonos ya.
While observing the empty playground at night, everything seemed normal until a swing starts moving all on its own. These foot pedals are quite heavy and don't just start moving from a bit of wind. You need a bit of force to get them moving. Terrified, thinking it's related to what happened here a few nights ago, he tells his wife it's time to leave. Because a few nights prior, he was here at the playground with his 2 children to play on the slide. But things took a creepy turn when they noticed something chilling.
Oh, eso. No te vas a golpear la resbaladilla cuando te bajes.
¿Me bajo?
Sí.
Ah.
Mira. Espérate. Dana, ven. Amor. Ven, vengan, vénganse para acá. Mira, a ver, miren el árbol aquel. No, la neta, te lo juro que yo miraba algo. Como que se asomaba. A ver, vengan.
Ya me dio miedo.
No, es que yo miré algo, neta. No pasa nada. No, mi amor, no pasa nada, ven. No era nada, ven. ¿Qué?
Yo vi algo. ¿Qué es?
No sé, no. No.
Te prometo que yo vi algo. No creo que sea, pero estoy muy...
Mira, sí se miró. ¡Hey! ¿Quién está ahí? Yo sí miré, alcancé a ver algo. Mira, ¿te checaste? ¿Viste?
It's like somebody standing behind that tree.
A ver. Oh, mira.
¿Qué es eso?
It peeks out and then it goes back.
¡Hey! ¡Brujo! ¡Asómate!
Behind the tree, you can see a creepy face peeking out at them and quickly hiding again. Freaked out, the family turn and run away. They believe it is the same entity that was responsible for the swing moving on its own. But real ghost or not, I'll let you be the judge.
Read the chat here. I'm not sure on that one. Yeah, I mean, same here. I'm not sure. Christina said, yeah, but this guy isn't that he works there. Yeah, oh, you talking about the security guard. Yeah. He don't want to know nothing of the sort. That's his fault. You know, even when I was a security guard, I used to work at this place called Uniware. Next time we go visit my hometown, I'm gonna show you this place I used to work at, and right directly next door is a cemetery. And we went to that cemetery. As a matter of fact, that video is up. It's about a few years ago. We went to Bettis Cemetery in Akron, and I talked about how I used to work next door at the place that was called Uniwear, where they would wash uniforms, kind of like Cintas. They, wash and steam uniforms and send them out. And I was a security guard there. And you had to go around the whole facility and use a detox clock. And so in each parts of the building, there's detox clocks, and you have to go around and click this clock, the key. And you would hear people walking behind you. That's how scary it was. And I was working security and I was by myself. And I was hearing people walking. It was crazy. Um, it takes a lot to move that. Yeah, it does take a lot. So I have to say that I it's very plausible. You know, I didn't see no wind blowing, so it's very plausible that that was, pretty real. It's definitely a girl or a young woman in like a nightgown or a white old time dress. I could believe that, you know. So yeah, that's just crazy.
A passenger. A man named Kike was driving alone through Plaza Lomas de Lourdes in Saltillo, Mexico, when he heard someone in the back of his car that startled him. So he looks at what's behind him and notices this.
¿Qué onda, raza? Venía aquí manejando en Lomas de Lourdes y escuché un ruido acá atrás del asiento de atrás y me paré para ver qué onda y estoy viendo allá al fondo se ve una mujer. Iba a irme por allá, pero pura madre. Miren.
He sees a woman in white standing on the side by a hill in the middle of the night, right in the exact area where he heard someone in his back seat as he passed by. He then decides to drive by again to see who exactly this is.
Bueno, actualizando. Chingue su madre, le voy a dar por ahí a ver qué chingados es. A ver si es una mona o una bruja o algo, o estoy viendo mal. Vamos a ver qué onda, vamos a darle rápido. A la verga, si es una pinche señora. Miren, 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 miren. ¡Oh, la verga!
The creepy woman in white is seen just standing there with little to no motion, and shortly afterwards, he arrives back there again.
Aquí vamos a pasar de nuevo. A ver si sigue ahí la llorona. Mira, mira.
This time the woman is gone. He believes this figure is the cause of what he heard in the back of his car as he first drove by this spot. But as always, I'll let you be the judge.
I agree with you, little Patty. It's crazy what you put up with when it means your family's income. Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. That I think that was just a person, a homeless person, maybe. That's just my thought on that one. I can't really read too much on that, other than being homeless.
Back home. In the next video, a mother had just arrived home from shopping, and shortly after entering the house, her CCTV camera captures something strange. Watch closely.
Sir? Okay, hold on. Let's get you.
Did that thing just fall off her hat?
Whoa. Okay. All right, let's get you outside. Come on, Odie. Let's go outside, crazy boy. Let's go outside, crazy boy. Good job. Go outside.
As she places the bag down and walks off with her son, the bag suddenly falls over on its own, and then a disembodied voice can be heard saying hi. And none of them seemed to be able to hear it at the time. None of the family members had any explanation for what occurred.
Hold up,
Passed
though.
away.
But hold up. When she first walked in the house, that whatever that was on her head fell off. And he didn't even mention that.
Shortly after entering the house, her CCTV camera captures something strange. Watch
Or did she
closely.
knock it off?
Okay, hold on.
Huh? It could have, but could she have knocked it off?
Shortly after entering the house, her CCTV camera captures something strange. Watch closely.
Sir? Okay, hold on. Let's get you.
She didn't mean to take that off. It fell off. And he never mentioned that.
Closely.
Sir? Okay, hold on. Let's get you. Here, don't mess this up. Whoa. Okay. All right, let's get you outside. Come on, Louis. Let's go outside, crazy boy. Let's go outside, crazy boy. Good job. Go outside.
As she places the bag down and walks off with her son, the bag suddenly falls over on its own, and then a disembodied voice can be heard saying hi. And none of them seemed to be able to hear it at the time. None of the family members had any explanation for what occurred. Past the...
What do y'all think on that one? Because that
A little tough.
I think it was right, and it's not mischievous. But yeah, but
It said hi.
yeah, it actually said more than hi.
That it's talking.
I'm thinking that maybe it's a loved one.
I passed away.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, that's real.
way. A woman named Ale Valencia has been posting updates on her sister.
Mom of an angel, Shelly, how are you and Cassie doing? So glad that you are here. Jen is right on the side of me over there, along with the boys here.
Sister's deteriorating health. Her sister Michelle, who has been battling...
Jen's not sitting up here because her what is it called? Fibromyalgia is messing with her. So she has to sit on the couch right now.
Cancer has been staying positive, trying to get better. But unfortunately, Michelle passed away just recently. So the family gathered together to mourn the loss of a beloved family member when they record something unusual with a balloon. Strangely, the balloon floats all the way to her younger brother, who happened to be the family member she didn't get to say goodbye to. The balloon floats right up to him and leans forward, pressing onto him as if comforting him. But then he suddenly jumps up out of nowhere after feeling something touch his back. This made people think it might not be his sister after all, and something evil instead, taking advantage of the vulnerable situation. But the family thinks it was the sister trying to comfort her younger brother. But let me know what you think.
I think it was her sister or his sister. I think it was her. She was rubbing him and right, and then touched him, and that's the part that just tripped him out. You know, I believe in those when the balloons of a loved one. I really believe in those. The where if they comes over to you and floats to you, then that's the loved one coming to you. They couldn't come to you in physical form, so they had to take the shape of something else. You know, The balloons looks like it's trying to hug the kid. Yes. So that's why I believe that was her, because like he said that he didn't get a chance to say goodbye, and she didn't get a chance to say goodbye to him. So that was her way of saying it. Christine said, "Why in the world do they always think it's something bad? Why wouldn't they think it right? It makes no sense. It's not bad. He jumped because he was not ready for it. But I think that was her.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, he freaked out. Right.
Eric does that.
Right. And I probably would have jumped too, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions. So I really feel that, yeah, something, that she was in that she was that balloon. And is the video stuck? No, that's just me.
If you have any video recommendations, you can send them over to depthsofdespairbusiness@gmail.com
I'm thinking that, mate.
or tag us on
Is that the end?
TikTok at Depths of Despair YT.
I think that might be it. One more.
Not alone. Sometimes kids and animals can see things we can't, but there are also times when the camera captures things that go unnoticed by both of them. In the following video, a mother lives home alone with her son, and one night while he's just playing in his room, the motion detection camera monitoring him goes off on its own, and after reviewing the footage, she sees this. One or something with disheveled hair can be seen just barely peeking into the frame of the camera before disappearing again. Whatever it is seemed to go unnoticed by the child. However, the mother was left deeply disturbed and uploaded the footage hoping to get some answers. She states they have no animals and can't seem to see this figure in any other footage. Unable to explain what this is, she has grown concerned for her son's safety. But real ghost or not, I'll leave the final judgment to you. In this next video, a man was driving his Corvette when he sees a Reaper following him.
Well, what do y'all think of that one? A puppy? Yeah, that's I thought too. That had to be a puppy. Because she didn't mention if she didn't have any animals. So I'm leaning right there where Yvonne is, that might have been a puppy or a cat and it's just, I'm sorry, I had just got a message. I was reading it and but yeah. What do y'all think? Patty said glitch. Christine said, my son does that to me all the time. I'm watching something and I don't hear him, and then he goes, boo. Or maybe it's just a little girl want to play. Could be. Shelly said, I'm on the fence on this one. Yeah, if I say, yeah, she said no animals. So I don't know. It's very plausible. Christine said, unless it's a raccoon or something that got into the house, but I think it would have made a mess and she would know about it. They said they had no animals. So, and even Fancy said, not sure. So it's very plausible. Very plausible. Well, I think I took up enough of y'all's time tonight, or today, or whichever it may be where you are. You guys have been so wonderful. Let me know in the comments below what you think about today. I'm hoping that you did hit that subscribe button. If you're new, we really love to have you here. And I'm hoping that you also hit that thumbs up if I did a good job. If I did a bad job, then hit the thumbs down. I take it on the chin like a man. I take it for the team. But you guys have been wonderful. Megan, thank you so much for being here. Christina's son, Spirit Stalker, Mom of an Angel. Wow, it's fancy. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are just so wonderful. And to Tiggs in New Zealand, Angela Kramer, Little Patty. I really appreciate you. Bigfoot Michigan Rob, KJ Paranormal, Megan, all of you. If you're still here, Bigfoot Michigan Rob, if you're still here, I appreciate you guys so much for being here. You guys are just so wonderful. Love you guys so much. And God's willing, till next Sunday, we will do this again. Oh, almost forgot about the Gothic Demoness. Thank you so much also for being here. You are all truly wonderful, and it's been a minute. And I'm sorry about last Sunday. I'm trying to make it up to you today. I did put up a music video as a tribute to my wife, Jen. If you haven't checked it out, go by and check it out. Let me know what you think of it. And I'll be putting up other music videos as well, especially coming soon, some smooth jazz, So in the meantime, thank you. Also, huge shout out to Facebook groups. You know who you are. Thank you so much for letting us post and for you posting us as well. If you want to share us out, we'd love for you to do that too. But just, love that you were here. And Carol XO, thank you so much also for being here. Carol Screaming Mimes. We love you, Carol. And until next week, you guys have a wonderful one. God bless you all. And until next week, stay blessed. Say bye, you guys.